Blessings, love, and this is a gift that I offer for us to explore the healing potential through the power of Capricorn moon. In medical astrology, Capricorn rules the skeleton of the human body, most notably the knees of the human body. We're going to explore our body throughout the rest of this life as a way to come back to ourselves. Just connect to my upper body and my chest, my clavicle. You touch your collarbone. Your collarbone is called clavicle, and you can say, "Hi, clavicle." My shoulders, love the glenohumeral joint. This arm bone that attaches to the clavicle is the humerus. This is the most mobile joint in the body. The GH joint, glenohumeral joint. We do anterior rotations, front rotations of the shoulder, exploring rotational movements every day, so healing for our body. Posterior rotational movements. You can try little small movements. You don't have to have your arms up like this. You can do this with your arms down, hanging by your sides if it's too painful to lift your arms like that. You can shake it out. Explore your body's movement. This is fun to do with our kids. We can explore the mobility of our incredible body. Look how amazing the rotational circumduction is. Explore the different rotations. The tension from our shoulders connects all the way down into our pelvis and into our hips. So doing these gentle movements is just so helpful in healing. So just massaging into the bicep, this beautiful humerus, this beautiful shoulder, and exploring all of the ranges of motion of the shoulder. Flexion, upwards, this abduction, posterior rotation, extension of the shoulder backwards. This is a practice we could all spend time in for many hours, many, many days, many, many years. Just opening up. My back is so tight and my chest is so tight right now, so you can see there's a struggle to open up. But this is our practice. We're always opening and tensioning. So just open. We practice movements. You don't need to correct my movements. Don't worry about that. Just explore movements in your body. We work with alignments. We explore alignments. Just power, sending energy into the spine, sending energy into the back. Do the rowing exercises just to open up and activate these tight, tense, dense muscles, telling them to open, I love you. This is another way of opening the heart, just drawing energy in, opening up the back by activating the back muscles, asking them to open, giving them time to open. Exploring movement, exploring joint pain. Capricorn helps us explore our joints because it rules the joints, and just the majesty of the fact that you have joints. Such a painful part of the arm, the tricep, and the restriction around the triple warmer meridian. There's a lot of pain in here, and a lot of tension in a lot of bodies. And you can follow that tension all the way into the back of the neck, into the back of the head. Feel where your tissue has become very dense and stuck. Feel where it's tight. Explore squishing the tension, squishing the waters, mobilizing the tension, mobilizing the waters of the body. Feeling all the little individual bones of your hand and into your wrist. The ulna, the radius, your incredible forearm bones. There's so many muscles in the forearm that become so stuck that help move your hands. Touch your beautiful hands. Massage your hands. Massage each other's hands. Feel each other's hands. Feel your life. Start moving our body. Our hands are in so much pain. Our feet are in so much pain. We've been holding so much tension for so long. So we explore movement and massage and stretching and connection, just to help our body transform. You stick your thumb as high up as you can get into your armpit, going in between each rib, pressing in between. You can rake up and down with your knuckles. There's a lot of congestion that is being held in the lateral aspect of the rib cage or the outer aspect of the rib cage. Your lats have so many different attachment into the ribs and off the spine, and we can get in there and just touch our backs. If you can't do this, you can lay on a tennis ball, you can lay on so many different self-massage tools. You can see the string hanging from my underwear blowing in the wind. Just opening up into the back and into the abdomen, exploring movement of the spine, exploring movement, exploring breathing, exploring tension, exploring self-judgment. This is a living meditation. You can grab the connective tissue at your tailbone and at your low back. You can grab the soft tissues right at the tailbone and you grip it. And you can grip it and move up as you rotate your pelvis up and down. Just moving as much dense tissue as you can, connecting to these parts of our body that catch us in restrictive patterns, catch us in electrical shock-like waves. Touch the parts of our body that we feel are calling to us the most. And Capricorn gives us the strength to connect to this body, gives us the stamina to explore this body. Connect to your pubic bone of the pelvis. There are so many muscles that attach here to your pubic bone. There's no right way or wrong way to do this. It's just connecting, spending 2 to 2.5 minutes into certain areas that feel very dense and very stuck. Lower abdominal muscles, feeling into your ischial tuberosities or your sit bones, where your hamstrings and your groin and your glutes and your pelvic floor attach. Feeling all of your joints, the acetabular femoral joint, the beautiful hip joint. This is a big ball joint, a big strong joint. There's so many muscles that attach into these areas, and so I'm showing you things that you can do repetitively. I would spend much more time into doing these parts of my body, but I'm just showing just basic techniques. And feel the knees, feel your knees, feel the quadricep muscles that attach to the pelvis at the top. You can feel energy move through your body when you do this. Feeling into the thigh, doing rotational movements to help the tension in the muscular tissue mobilize, to transform the nervous system within the muscular system. We are telling parts of our bodies that they can transform and release. Feeling how tight the adductor muscles are, the groin muscles that attach into the pubic bone and the pelvis, and also attached to the femur on the inside. Spend days and days and days exploring this tissue lovingly, nourishingly, nurturing, exploring the fatty tissues of the bodies, exploring attachments at bones that feel congested and tight. This is a really awesome practice. You can do these things every single day. There's nothing that you can do that's wrong here. This is a meditation where you can be different every single day. How can I show up to this body in a different way? How can I show up to this body and nourish and nurture this body? And that's why I enjoy following the lunar cycle. This is one part of my spiritual practice. So whatever zodiac sign the moon is in for that day, I look up the medical astrology and what parts of the body that zodiac sign governs, and then that's the part of the body that I'm going to explore and nourish and nurture. So Capricorn rules the skeleton and the joints and the knees, and so I'll spend time as an homage, giving care to these parts of my body, exploring parts of the body. Looking at pictures of anatomy is so awesome too. Getting to know your body. You can look up massage tools, massage stick. This is an acupressure ball massage tool. They sell them online. Amazon, tons of different fitness sections at different stores, at most stores in the town that you live in. You'd be surprised. I collect them over time and practice nourishing and nurturing the soft tissues of my body. Just connecting to the parts of the body that have become stuck and tight, helping the nervous system relax. Looking how the body shifts in balance and how we can fall off balance when we're doing certain movements. Seeing how our energy is moving through our body when we do these practices. Shake it out. Exploring balance, exploring restrictive patterns, exploring movement, exploring where you feel like you can't move, exploring where you feel limited and stuck, exploring and seeing where you are starting to grow and seeing transformation. I used to be at war with this body so much that I hurt myself. So much. I didn't know how to deal with the energy that was moving through me. Didn't know how to deal with the pain and the emotions and the mental processing that was moving through me. So I would hurt myself. I would cut myself. I would starve myself. I would overeat. I would make myself throw up. I would watch endless amounts of television. I would ignore my body. I would ignore every part of myself. I would drink until I fell over. And now we get to look at all the ways that we can nourish and nurture the energies of the body and transform the energies of the body without hurting ourselves. Capricorn gives me the strength and the stamina to master self-nurturing, because that is what I came to Earth to do. Exploring the rotational movements within the ankle joint. Tension and stiffness you feel in your lower legs and your ankles can be totally transformed by connecting to your body and helping your body transform dense patterns. Touching your body, touching your people's bodies, helping each other feel more connected to our bodies. In times of deep fear and stress, we can help us get back into our bodies every single day. Embodiment practices. This is our art. You can practice exploring your body, practice exploring how awkward it feels, practice exploring the parts of the mind that makes you want to run away from nourishing and nurturing yourself. When you keep showing up, that is our sadhana, that is our practice. I used to use a broom handle to do some just opening of the chest and opening of my shoulders, but I found this really awesome giant piece of bamboo at a garden store for like $5, and so I use it for tons of different movements and just exploring opening up my body every day, opening up the spine and breathing and feeling my body and giving myself support and stability when I can't do certain movements. Some days are different than others, right? Some days we can't move as well as we can. On other days, we give our body the strength to be different every day, and it's okay. We don't need to harm ourselves or shame ourselves for transforming. I'm very human. I just fell over again, transforming with the energy, movement, and balance. We're exploring our body. We are exploring sensation. We are exploring our skeleton. We are exploring what it's like to come back into our body during stressful, scary, precarious, unstable times. We use our body, we use the lunar cycle, we use spiritual practice as a way to come back into our being and to alchemize addiction and self-harm practices. We self-nurture to alchemize self-harm. We self-nurture to alchemize self-betrayal. We are willfully here to examine our being, to reconnect to our core, to reconnect to our heart and soul, to reconnect to our life force, stabilizing, balancing the heart, calling in the light, balancing the light. I love you. I love you. I love you.